Hello everybody, welcome to watch another game video on my channel. As you can see, this time I'm playing NHL19. This is the Hockey Ultimate Team mode. And in fact in this video I'm showing you a couple of consecutive matches on my Hockey Ultimate. I guess this is Division 2. If I remember correctly. So it's a match I played a few weeks ago. Okay, now match the score now. So this is the first match up. I was already leading one goal, now I scored the second one. There isn't that much to say really. It is certainly, at times it can be quite difficult to play against some of the better players, since as you progress and get promoted to the higher divisions, you tend to get a lot more experienced players, and you can see that so far they've acquired pretty good player cards and are quite skillful, even though at times, as is the case with these couple of matches I'm showing you, that okay, it's good thing there was no obstruction there. So when I was okay, that's a close one, so no goal. Oh, that was a lucky one. So as you can see, the gameplay is that depending on what kind of strategy you're using, and some of the goalies are a bit aggressive than others, so if there's a loose puck close to them, they will come and try to play it, and the controls are not that good, and sometimes the goalies make grave mistakes, so they can pass you and leave the goal empty, and you can score easy goal. But that's one of those things you have to keep in mind and try to minimize those opportunities for the opponent. And as you can see, that's a close one. So this matchup, the opponent team has a pretty good sort of lineup. They have, okay, that was a good chance. So they have good player cards. They're not the most overpowered lineup you can imagine, but still it's as far as players with each team, my team is not the best one. It's not the best lineup I could have, but I guess it's the one I get most synergy out of. So we just skip the break. There's nothing much of interesting there. So during break you can see the stats. It's better to hold the game than to give it easy opportunity to the opponent there. I'm pretty confident in my face-off, so okay, not this time. Okay, let's whip it that one. So there was a chance of 4 against 2 counter-attack. There's a bad one, bad deflection. Can I make it? No. So what I like to do, especially when in most cases I have the I don't have the best quality team at times, so compared to the opponent they have players with higher stats, so I try to play it safe and more defensive, and that's something I've noticed with many of the opponents here. They like to play defensive as well, so they put the defensive AI low and try to prevent the entering in the attacking zone. That's the best way to put it. This team, however, they have high press, so they want to get the puck back in my defensive zone. So they usually leave one guy behind guarding the rear, and I might have two guys there at once, so there's a good opportunity for counter-attacks. Okay, let's clear the puck. That's better for all intents and purposes. Get the puck out of the danger zone in front of my net. So that's the high scoring area, so you want to keep the position out of there. So 3 against 1. Alright. And just like that, as you can see, that was a goalie error. I made a mistake. Gave the opponents the chance to score easy goal. So I guess that was a high risk pass. There's no way around it. It was my fault. Now there's a 1 goal difference between us. That certainly gives them the advantage. So it's a bit different playing.
Gathered up again by Alexander Ovechkin. Grab that pass in the neutral zone. Hard work here. Intercepted that one at an important play.
The power play game is pretty different. They had a chance to clear the puck, but they missed the chance. Okay, that's a lucky bounce. But as you can see, the opponent had a chance to clear the puck. They weren't able. They just instead like to turn into the corner and pass some time like that, and that gave me the opportunity to have a lucky bounce there. Play to the towards the line and use Ovechkin's good shot to try to score. It's not by any means a high percentage zone to score. Okay, that was a close one. Try to score there in the blue line. So these are long shots, and usually you can have a good counter attack. Bobby Clark is quite good. He's one of the best players I have at the moment that I can use.
Gathered up by Redden. Pitching this one to Tavares. That was a big hit. He's in. He's going.
And there we go. So there's the one-handed tuck, and that certainly was enough for my opponent in that game. So that one-handed tuck, which was quite lucky in my opinion, get the chance to. So that was enough, and I guess that was forfeited. So this is the next matchup, and this game is quite interesting in fact, because there is a chance to score a lot of goals in this game, and you can see in many instances that it's easy to score in consecutive, high scoring situations. So few shots and lots of goals. That's something you can really do with good enough players, have the skill to shoot in bad positions.
The Ice Dogs keep the play going in the middle. That puck is loose.
Let's watch it. I usually like to take another one of the defenders and control it and try to close up the center lane and the shooting line. So we have the power play this time. It was an opportune obstruction by the defensive team, and most opponents, people like to tackle a lot when they have high stat players, so it's a lot easier than. It's a close one.
The
to
Phoenix
really.
are driving it from the wing.
I don't know if you could do this much
It's
better
quite.
first portion of
I guess in my opinion, it's a lot easier to score short-handed. Just a close one.
Gotta clear it here.
Who's that? I guess that's Taylor Hall. He's not the best version of him I got.
Tough one there.
So certainly it was a close one. I was unable to score there. Yeah, it's Taylor Hall.
Power play let them down at a key point.
There's a high scoring position.
To Robitaille.
Could not manage to do that. So now it's down.
Here, 2-on-1. Score!
Well, there we have it. Very simple formation, 1-2 pass in front of the high scoring zone, and Bobby Clark is quite good. Overall stats, I guess 93, so he's a pretty versatile legend player. You can play him as a defender. He's good defense stats.
Whistle is blown.
He's a bit short, but it's something that you can really work around. He's a good tackler.
They won that battle in the dots.
So another
Fires out.
some 1-0 down. Second power play opportunity.
Away by Nugent Hopkins. Finland's moving
It's hard to
puck
put
up
it,
the
yeah. So in this power play I don't have any defensive players. Okay, now we have a good chance.
Just him.
No, not this time. That's too obvious.
Guy the other team had.
So
Not a hard hit, but
that's a very good way to score goals if you have the time and know to use that skill. So the one-handed tuck is quite effective when you're
to reset and center.
facing the goalie one-on-one.
Takes it in from the neutral zone. A shot.
This guy's really not paying that much attention to defense,
Play goal.
so he allowed me to really to
9 minutes left to go.
slide across
Scrappy game.
to the
Both of these teams have connected
high scoring zone, which is something that at times it's hard to avoid, but still
Good intercepted his own.
was a good read. Managed to. Okay, that's not good.
And the loose puck
My
gets
bad.
knocked away.
Being able to slap or chop the puck around is always nice. I'll have to work around those
You know the game will stay open if there's no
good tacklers there in the defensive line, so I'll have to pass the puck a lot because
Florida's got possession in their own end.
my line for players are not that
Shoots one. Off target goes wide.
maneuverable to be able to sort of avoid all the tackles and
Strong play.
stand firm. As you can see, Radulov. I guess Radulov is
Oh, poke check. Saved one there.
has the lowest overall stats in this lineup I have.
Cut in half.
I guess that's 82,
Puck needs to be first.
which is not so good, to be honest. It's in the low end of the rare gold players, so depended on his. To be honest, he's in the lineup just because of his synergy,
Skates it into the zone.
which is something I cannot recall at the moment.
Important
But
interception there.
that's his job there, to fill the synergy.
That off between the
So I hope that's enough to explain why I have him there.
Snapping a pass to Mike Madonna.
It's nice
Outside.
interception.
Made the save. Outstanding pass. He's
Come on
got it
now,
right there,
work
right.
around it.
Nearing the 20th minute of this period.
See where this goes. It's time for another break.
Florida's in the neutral zone along
Okay,
the
looks bad. This looks bad. Oh yeah. I guess that's the easiest play in the game. Perhaps the easiest way to score goals is
a lot of time still left
just
to play.
accelerate and leave the defender behind and pass across the crease and put it in the empty net. And that's really hard to avoid, as you can see. Come on, 2 goals in 5 seconds.
Later for that one.
And same guy did it this time, so it's really hard to avoid if you have that kind of opponent who really wants to
Out of the zone, so they
sort of
recoil. He's got that pass and can look ahead.
move in by the sides and play it across the crease. And if you don't have the guy there defending the back post, it's hard to really avoid those if the guy knows what he's doing. It's a really simple skill,
Gains the zone.
And even though I was playing quite good before those 2 goals, and so 2 consecutive shots and okay, so that was a lucky one for me. I managed to narrow the gap a bit, so I'm still into this game. Those 2 goals came quite easily, so I'm not saying they were lucky, but it's the kinds of goals you're easy to sort of run of the mill, so there's one of those things that happen in game. I'm not saying that it's anyway a glitch goal, because there are some. One way to score easy goal is to shooting the puck, shooting a low puck, either slap shot or. Oh, okay, come on now, that's the third of the kind. So that was a hat trick. 3rd time, same set play. It's hard to deny that. It's hard to say what it is really, because sometimes it's about the strategy one's using. They have that guy heading there, and usually when it's a fast player with right-handed, so he can slot the puck in quite easily. So I'm certainly now in a disadvantage, and I don't know if I can put it through. But that just comes to show that it's quite easy to score certain kinds of goals. One is to shoot the puck to the goalie's pads and have an attacker close by and put the rebound in. No, not this time. Not the 4th time they can score that way. Okay, that's a bit risky. Oh, that's a good one. That's a very, very neat way to score, which is something you want to avoid. But if you're defending one defender and you have to defend the pass, there's usually enough room to slot to the front top corner. So counter-attack to this one. Okay, that was lucky. So my guy is now injured, Yarakuri, which is unfortunate. He's a pretty good player in my lineup. I'll have to see how it's gonna go now. I need to change perhaps some of the strategies. So there isn't much I can do at this point. So I guess I decided to call timeout. So I have 21 shots and the opponent has 8 shots. So they've been very fortunate to score that many goals, but sometimes that's the name of the game. You don't need that many shots if you can put the high scoring chances in. Okay, that was a bad. It's quite easy to deny those chances where you come behind the net and try to play cross crease, and if you have good enough defenders, it's easy to sort of intercept those passes. And this time around, I guess the opponent decided, as I equalized, decided it was time to do some changes, because I'm getting back into the game. Those are the stats. Sometimes it's hard to tell. It's usually about the other team dominates the game, and the stats look like that, and still somehow the weaker side manages to hang on and play it even up until the end. So you can really sort of
He chipped that one
play
over
it safe and try to.
That's a pretty sharp play.
If you're
Maybe he's a
really,
little bit of a pool player at
really
this stage. He
having
banks
a
this
tough
off
time,
and
you
gets
can
to his
usually
partner much
defend it
sooner
and
before
tough it
crossing
out
front of the net.
until the
Steps in from the neutral
penalty
zone.
shootout. So
Good save there.
that certainly is possible, but sometimes
If he
you
takes a
have
big
to
hit
really
there,
play
his
it
helmet's
safe.
bouncing across the ice.
One way to move it behind the
Off
net,
the boards and ahead.
keep it away from the opponents. These guys are not really
Right the seam and then bounced it.
wanting to defend. They left the defensive zone wide open,
The
so it's
Ice
easy way to
Dogs have
score a
gotten a
goal.
lead that they
So
hope
2
to
against
take
1,
into the third,
high
as long as
speed
they don't
entry
go
to the
into a
zone,
shell.
so easy to outmaneuver them. Now I
Solid
need
win
to
at center ice. Now what?
put a bit of
Nearing the last
defensive
minute of this middle period.
change.
Drives ahead.
Same thing.
Score!
Okay, now.
He's got his
So
second.
that's the same.
The Ice Dogs have now
So
built
same
a
thing
lead
happened
of
now.
2. Perhaps they
Both
can build on it even
both our
more
teams
before
made
the end of
some
the second
tactical
period.
changes, and now
Florida's
it
won
was
the
even
faceoff
4-4, and now
fadeoff.
managed to score 2
He lets the
goals
shot go. That one went off his mask.
in a row, just like the opponents did in the first half. In the first period, they had the chance to nick those 2 goals 5 seconds apart, and now I had the
Solid clean win.
same kind of
Puck is
chance to
thrown
pull it
directly.
back. So play it safe behind the net.
Angles it ahead to
Use
Ovechkin.
there's no time.
Shoots. Hey,
Just spoke to a representative from the road team. They're going to be short a player for the rest of the night. The injured player won't come back.
a tight game with a lot of offense, and we're underway in the third.
So well, that's a very bad one. They made the same mistake though.
The Ice Dogs are
Can we do
skating
it?
up at neutral ice.
It's no good.
Glides to the safety behind the net.
At least it's not icing.
Brings it in
Just stay
front of
there,
net.
defensive formation,
Outside
wait them.
a shot. Great save. Florida's carrying it along the
Okay.
boards. Gathered
We
up
just
again.
close the line there,
That's a pass ahead.
side of the rink.
Great bad stop. He scores!
That's what I'm talking about. That's the high
Game.
percentage zone to score goals. Slap shot to the pads and then put the rebound in. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. In that case,
Just
you
over
have a
3
very,
minutes
very
in play. Do you see a pattern
poor chance to
developing here?
pass it there.
Up now by
So you
3.
can just
The Ice Dogs
use a shortcut and
at mid-ice.
not necessarily dump it in, but you can then
Taken out along the boards.
use the flow of the play to make that chance. So now it's 7-4. There's going to be perhaps a few chances. This way this game's been turned around, so I'm pretty confident I can win it.
That means using your body, not just trying to get yourself
It's
around the
really
ice with your skill.
trying out the opponent's patience.
That at center.
Okay, at this rate,
Goes to the backhand.
at this rate they're gonna forfeit like the previous one,
Shot stopped.
because there's no point. They don't have the time to
And he steps across the line.
score 4 goals and to bring it back.
Another reason up. He scores.
Okay, there's the one. That's the one, probably last one. That's the final straw. They broke the camel's back. It's a very lucky bounce. And that's it, yeah. That's what I thought. So the team is overall 91. I guess after this I'm gonna purchase some packs with those roughly 50 grand worth of pucks. As in most cases I usually don't have the luck to get any good cards, but we'll see. So that's kind of match of pretty weird looking stats. 3-1-0, 1-5-2. So that's the first period. You can see the scoring areas. Close that to the center. All those high scoring zones. Very close to net. And that's the last period now. Can you see the last ones now? Okay, that's gonna be all. Bye.